Hello friends, this is Bright here. Through this video I am going to demonstrate how can we create fragments. Here in my emulator I have a list fragment. Here you can see when I click something in this list item, for example I am clicking the kiwi fruits, that is extracted and it is kept here. So this red colored, you can see a list view. This is the one of the fragments that I kept in this main activity. This green color, this is another fragment which I kept in the same activity. So I have two fragments here. So first of all I have my main activity, and under the main activity I have fragment 1 and fragment 2. The first fragment I am going to make it as, I am naming it as list frag. The second one I am going to name it as text frag. So here in the list frag I will be maintaining a list view to display a number of items. Then in the text frag I will be keeping a text view. As I told you that this red color, this is one fragment, so this is going to be a Java file, and the next one, the second fragment, the green color, this is going to be another Java file, and we want to display some layout also, so we have to provide one XML file for the left side fragment, and here also we want an XML file for the text view. So let us create the project. So I'm starting a new project. For example, frag demo. So I'm creating an empty activity. So this is my project. As you see, there is only main activity and we have activity main.xml. Now we don't want anything in this main activity. As you see here, we want only the fragments to be displayed, and also if we want we can change this into any other layout. I am going to say that we are going to have linear layout. When you say linear layout, we can place one component adjacent to another. For example, you can see that this is one XML layout, this is another XML layout. So linear wise we are going to arrange it. So I changed the relative to linear layout. Whereas you can go ahead with relative layout also. Now the next step is we are going to create this fragment, that is list fragment.java. Create list frag.java. As I told you earlier that this is a fragment, then for this we need to create a class which extends fragment. There is one more option to do, like we can create a class which extends a class called a list fragment, but I am going to explain about just by extending the plain fragment how can we do the same. Then after that, in the same class we need to override the method called onCreateView, which links the display appearance. So let us do this first class. Create a class which extends fragment. So for that, right click over the package and select new, select Java class. So our file name is list frag. So list frag. The class is created and we need to say that it extends the standard class called a fragment. The next step is we need to create on create we have to override on create view in this class. So on create view. So here we have a return statement. We are deleting it. We will see later. So and we want to associate an XML file for this fragment. We have to create an XML file for this fragment so that we can put some list view. That is a next step. For that, under resource we have the layout. Right click over the layout folder and select new XML layout XML file. So I am going to name it as list underscore frag file. So this in this XML we are going to put the list view. Because in this fragment we want a graphical user interface component which is a list view. That's what we are designing now. Now we'll go back to the listfrag.java. What we have to do is we have to create object for the XML file listfrag.xml. For that, we can inflate the listfrag.xml by using the instance layout inflator. So inflator dot, for that we have a standard method inflate and 3 arguments we need to pass. The first argument is which XML file you want to convert. We want to convert r dot layout dot listfrag XML file. So we are going to convert this XML file into a Java object. The next argument, to which parent you want to keep it. So that is available in container. And you can say that whether it should be attached to this parent or not. If not, we can keep it false. So what does the inflate method return? The inflate method returns an object of type view. So we can receive it in a variable of type view. And finally we have to return the view object, because as you know that the method's return type is view, otherwise it will give compile time error. So now we have converted this listfrag XML file into a Java object and its reference is available in view. The next thing is we have to set the data in this. In this in the sample output you can see there are some fruit items, and these fruit items we are going to set in this list view. So normally we'll be finding the list view like this: find view by id. Then we can mention what is the id, r.id.list view. For that, our class should be a subclass of activity or app combat activity. Now it is not like that, we cannot get that. But there is one option to get that instance, that is through this view object. View object means the listfrag.xml, which contains the linear layout as the root tag. So what we are getting is an object of that linear layout. So what we can do is, using the view object, we can access all the components in this listfrag.xml. Now we have only one graphic user interface component, so we can get it. If we have one more user interface component, we can say again view.find view by id, r.id. its particular id. And now we can store it in a reference variable of type list view, and it shows error. We have to do the necessary typecast. Typecasting is done. So here we are getting the object of list view. by using the object view, which is returned by this inflate method. Now we have to put the data in the list view. So we need a source for that. Create a data source. For that I am going to use a string array. We are going to create some set of fruit items. And here I have some set of fruits, apple, mango, etc. Now we have to create the array adapter, which fetches the data from this array one by one, and it will be kept in the list view. So create array adapter, some name, new array adapter, and again we have to pass three parameters, a couple of parameters we need to pass. The first argument, normally we pass it as this, represent the current activities instance, but here your class is a subclass of fragment, we cannot do that. What we have to do is, here this fragment is kept in the main activity. So we can say that this fragment is associated with that main activity, and we have to get the reference of the main activity. For that, we can call a method called a getActivity. So what is the functionality of getActivity? The getActivity, this method, it returns the activity where this fragment, our current fragment, is associated with it. So ultimately it is our main activity. So I'm giving some comments with this meaningful explanation. So it returns the activity where our current fragment, our fragment list frag is currently associated with. The next one, the data, for example, the apple should be fetched and it should be kept on the list view as a text view item. For that I'm going to use the standard one, which is provided by the Android. So Android dot r dot layout dot symbol list item 1. If you have any doubt in this concept, you may watch my previous video which explain about how can we create the list view items. Then finally we have to say from where we have to read, from the fruits. So we can specify that fruits. So the adapter is ready. Now set the adapter content in list view. For that, use the list view object. There is a method called set adapter and pass the adapter object. Now the list view is ready. Now when an item in the list view is clicked, we have to extract the data and it should be placed over this second argument, second fragment. So we have to do even handling with the list view. Do even handling in list view. For that, list view dot set on item click listener, new on item click listener. Now to get a particular item, what we have to do is we have to get the text. So this, which item is generating the event, that item's reference we can get it through this view reference. So view, but directly we cannot call the method get text, it is not available. So first typecast to text view so that we can access the content of that and store it in a reference variable. Now From this view1 object, we can access the text content and you can store it in a variable called a data of type string and ensure that you are converting this into string object. So now we are getting this data and it should be given to the second fragment. But so far we have created only one fragment called list fragment. So we are going to see how to create the second fragment. That is our next step. So we need to create another fragment which is a subclass of fragment, and we have to provide one XML layout file for the text fragment. There we will be keeping the text view. So let us create first text fragment.java. New Java class text frag and say that it extends fragment, then override on create view method. So here we need to inflate the XML file which is for the text view. So I am going to create a new XML layout file. I am naming it as text underscore frag. So it is ready. So in this fragment we want a text view. So for that I am selecting the large text and keeping it inside the fragment demo. Now we want to keep this text view in the center. For that, three modifications you have to do. First, say that layout width is match parent. Second modification, layout height as match parent. And say that gravity is center. You can see that it is placed in the center so that we can get the extracted data in the text view as center for the second fragment. Now we have to inflate this text frag.xml file in the second fragment. For that, use the inflator object, inflator.inflate. Then the first argument, which XML file we want to inflate. So for that, r.layout.textFrag. Second argument, give the parent information, and the next one is about fonts. So now this returns a view object, and later we have to return this view object. Now we got the object. This XML file is converted into object in this line, and its reference is available in the variable view. Now if we want to place something in the text view, we have to get the instance of text view. So we are going to find the instance, or we are going to get the instance of text view. For that, again we can depend on the view reference. The view object dot find view by id, r dot id dot its default id. I do not customize anything, so default id is available, and this you can store it in a reference variable of type text view. I'm declaring it here text view here. So in this we are going to store it, text view, then do the necessary typecast. This bug is fixed. Now we are going back to our listfrag.java. So here the extracted data is available in the variable data, and now we have to pass the data to the second fragment, which is called text frag. to do this, we have to first of all find the fragment text frag. So this can be done with the help of fragment manager. So first of all, we are going to get the fragment manager. For that, there is a method called get fragment manager. And what is the role of the fragment manager? The role of the fragment manager is to manage all the fragments in a particular activity. So now using the fragment manager, we can find the fragment text frag. For that, use the fragment manager instance dot find fragment by ID. So we have to find that fragment based on the ID. So far we did not do that part. So what I'm going to do is I'm going back to my activity main.xml, and in this activity main.xml I'm going to add my two fragments. Remember one thing, to add fragments there are two options, either by using Java or you can go for XML. I'm going to do this adding fragments by using XML. For that, take your main activity, because in our main activity only we are going to add these fragments. Here in the palette you can see the last portion under the custom fragment is there. Just select it. It will show a list of fragments available. You can see that the first one web view fragment, then preference fragment. See, water shows with Android API 24. These all are this 24 standard fragments provided by Android. So the first part is the left hand side. We want the list fragment. So what we have to do is we have created a fragment for that, which is mentioned the list frag. So select it, click OK, and add it here. Some rendering problems may come, you may close it, don't worry. Now we have to put the second fragment, that is for our text view. For that, once again select fragment, and here you can see this is the created fragment. Click OK, then add it, and we can see that the two fragments are added like this. Now look at the code. For that I am taking its text mode. Close it. You can see two fragments are available, and here we can see in the Android name com.example.write.fragdemo.listFrag, and this is for the text frag. You can see that, and there is some ID also generated. So by using this ID only, we are going to find the fragment through fragment manager. Now in the sample output you can see the 50% of the screen is occupied by the first one, and the second one takes the remaining 50%. So how will you do that alignment? For that, there is an option to do. We can say that layout weight. There is an attribute called Android layout weight. We have to mention 50% by giving a value 0.5. And here again we can say that layout weight 0.5. You can see that 50-50 are coming. And if you want, you can say the layout width is match parent, layout here also match parent you may give. leave it. So now go back to the list frag. Now by using the fragment manager, we are finding the fragment text frag, because to the text frag we have to send the data. So for that, r dot id dot, it's that fragment's id is fragment2. We'll cross check it. The activity main.xml, this is the, you can see that the text frag fragment2, its id is, you can see this. So by using this, we can get the fragment text fragment. So I'm going to declare a variable of type text fragment like this. Now it shows a compile time error. Do the necessary typecast text frag. That's all. Now by using the text frag instance, we can access the variable of type text view, and using that we can set the content. So now we are going to set the content in text frag. For that, use the text frag instance dot text view. This text view is taken from the text frag class. So dot, we can use set text, which data, the data we are extracted, the data which we extract from that list view. So data, that's a. And now let us check that whether we are getting expected output or not. This is the old output. Now the Gradle build, you can see the running status. Now the APK is installing. And you can see this is the first fragment and this is the second fragment. Click it, we are getting the apple. I can see that we are not getting the exact 50% of the screen. For that, what we have to do is go back to your activity main.xml. Here you may say layout width is match parent. Here also you can say layout width is match parent. You rerun the program, and now you can see exact 50% we are getting. Apple, mango, strawberry, kiwi, mosambi, like this. So if you want to give some different color for each fragment, what you have to do is take the fragment, for example list frag.xml. We'll give some background color. For that, take the property background. You can say, for example, hash bb00. Yeah, you can see some color is coming. Now like that, you may take the text frag.xml file. Here you can give some background color as hash 00ff bb. Some different color is coming. Now rerun the program, and you can see now with some color it is coming. So based on the item which we click, we can see that that is retrieved in the second fragment and it is set in the text view. So this is how to create a list fragment. Thank you for watching this.